Are you looking forward to a trip?
Absolutely. I love traveling, and Morocco is a beautiful place.
And can you quickly explain what we're doing there?
We're going to Assafi, which is a small city on the western side of Morocco, around 3 hours from Marrakesh. And it's the heart and soul of Moroccan craftsmanship. It's a small city with, 1,000-year-old tradition of making beautiful baskets, beautiful ceramic, beautiful interior design, rugs, and so on. We're going to get more of my beautiful ceramic collection. All my bowls, my plates, my big things, my smaller things, everything is handmade in Morocco, in Assafi, and it's painted with a lead-free chemical. That means you can use it for food consumption. And the beautiful part is it's small, family-owned, pottery workshops that make them, so I don't have the same bowl twice. We're supporting these family-owned businesses. We are buying locally. We're buying into that culture and into that history. So we're going to come home with lots of beautiful ceramic again, and perhaps other things as well. I'm very lucky that for me, I'm able to go to Morocco. I'm able to source myself. I can go on my two legs and I can figure out where I want it from. And that's because my demands, my standards for my products is really, really high. And it's the only way that I can really let out my passion for sustainability. Another example of that is actually my collection from India. In Kashmir, we are working with a small weavery that makes the most beautiful purses, handbags, pillowcases, jackets, everything, either made from upcycled textile or clean wool and silk, which is color pigmented without any chemicals, but with natural plants and so on. I mean, these things are made by people who have two hands, who work, when it fits. This is not a factory, it's not a full-time job, so we are not able to mass produce. And that also makes everything unique and, truly sustainable. And we do have a lot of products that we actually make locally in Morocco. For instance, our rapeseed candles, which are made with locally grown rapeseed wax. And we also have our own skincare, which is organic hemp seed oil, which is an amazing protein, again, very sustainably sourced. The sustainable process of product making is becoming big. So hopefully the future will, provide us with different and easier options for, sustainable trade.
What would it mean if more people had access to these fair and sustainable alternatives?
It will mean the world. Not just for the consumer who's actually buying quality products at affordable prices, but it would definitely mean the world for the people who are actually making the stuff, people who are manufacturing these goods. Like, imagine people could build up their communities, their livelihood. It would mean so much. Good morning and welcome to Marrakesh.
I thought about talking a bit about your background and relationship with Morocco.
Yeah. I have a degree in Neolithic archaeology and my specialization is early Stone Age. During my studies, I've been traveling a lot on excavations in the Middle East, in Africa, and in Asia. And I've actually been to Morocco quite a few times as a tourist, but also as an archaeologist who was excavating. So I've been here a lot, and I've established, friendships and connections and network, and I've seen how not just, Morocco works, but how many of the, countries that I've visited, how they work and how things are, connected. So when I come to Morocco, for instance, as we are today, I know exactly where every piece of, ceramic comes from, who made it, with what material is it made, but I also know that they got paid fairly. So I can ethically sell it on in my little shop in Copenhagen and be completely, well aware of how sustainable my product is. This is a stone. This is locally grinded stone, gotten from the area around, and it's very clay healthy. So the idea is that you crush it and you put in water here. This is a clay when it's been soaked in water for a few days, and it's completely natural. There's nothing in it, and then you can start shaping. And this is actually a pottery workshop. Mohammed has been here for so many years. This is actually the first stage of forming it. He's making the base of the cup. And then it needs to dry in the sun. There's no kiln that is being fired. It will dry in the sun because they have the temperature out here. كم يوم نشيتها؟
3 أيام.
Okay. See, this is an order that they made. It took 3 days to dry, and they already cut in all the design that the customer wanted. And yeah, this is the second stage, and now it only misses the last stage, which is the glazing. After drying out for 3 days, everything will be filled in the kettle, in the oven. Oh wow, yeah. This is the sound of it. I don't know how to do it, but this is... Yeah. It can have approximately 1,500 degrees, and it's completely dried. Wow. This is one of the last steps in the process. This is Mohammed, another one who's been working here for ages. And just, when you look at his stable hand, you can see that this person has been doing it for years. It is a design that he has already, pre-drawn on the pot, on the plate. He knows what he wants to do. And this is how it starts. You start with one color, one design, and then you add on with the colors and everything you need. And I mean, look at it. There's not even one mistake in the drawing. So everything is unique. This is, how you do it. This is the second stage of designing. As you can see, it's very, it's colorful. The design has been put in, and all the things has been, been ready to glaze it. So the only thing missing here is actually the glazing. Yeah, and they choose whatever design they want. It's not something that I can have it custom made, but they know what looks good. So of course there's also a knowledge that, they know what to do. This is a glazing, and when this is a little bit drier, he will put it in the oven. It will be fired again at 950 degrees, and then you have the glazing. That means the surface can be used for your fork and knife, but also it will not scratch the design. It's put in here after the glazing, and it will be fired at 950 degrees. And when it comes out, it will have the glazing. ممكن تفرجيني الصحن؟
مرحبا. كيف يخرج بحال
Yeah.
مجلد.
Wow.
هذا دابا فيه هاد الشقاق. هذا بلون، هذا بالرصاص.
بالرصاص.
ملي كيكون بلا رصاص ما كيكونش فيه هاد الشقاق.
Okay. See, this is how it looks after the glazing. And as you can see here, if you can zoom in, can you see all the cracks? That's the lid. And this is without the lid. Very easy to distinguish, if you know it.
هذا بالسامبلون، هذا طاين بيض، هذا طاين حمر.
Perfect. So they make both. They make both the ones with lid because there's a demand for it, and the ones without lid. So it depends on, the entrepreneur and what people would buy.
Did you even negotiate the price with the ceramics dealer?
Absolutely not. It's completely unnecessary. I already got a fixed good price, and I can still make a little profit on it. So no, it's absolutely not necessary.
But there are buyers that negotiate the price quite a bit.
Of course they are.
I mean, it's been a business tool for years. The cheaper, the better the profit will be. So of course there is. But again, I buy from a local workshop in Morocco. It's a 7th generation family-owned business that employs workers from the local community. I have no interest in negotiating the price because I am pretty sure that it will affect the workers and their wages. So no, I'm absolutely not interested in getting a better price.
And this unethical behavior doesn't just affect the producer, it also affects the consumer.
Of course, when buyers in general act unethically and buy in such hard methods, we're not even giving the consumers the option to choose what's right from wrong. If we understand that the consumer would like to buy ethically paid and made products, we should be doing that. We should give them the choice of knowing, at least inform people that you actually bargain the price so low that a few dirham went from the worker's paycheck. I think it's a responsibility, and I think it's really on time that we start doing the right thing and be more ethical in our way of dealing with small manufacturers.
These are some of the baskets that we brought back from Morocco, and they're cute. They are for plants, really gorgeous. I also brought back these, which are the handmade thread baskets with lid. I love these, and the colors are just amazing. So these are really nice. A friend of mine was in Fez, and she was actually able to bring back some of the products that was made for me up there. Among those, I had these colorful and very comfortable slippers made with some beautiful, beautiful rugs and blankets. So these are finally also in my store. The only thing that is missing right now is actually our hand-painted ceramic, but hopefully it will come in about 4 weeks. So we're pretty excited for that.
So it really does make a difference that you're going down there yourself.
It makes a huge difference. I'm meeting the craftsmen, I'm seeing the conditions, and I'm making sure that I pay them fairly. I need that transparency. My customers need it too. It's actually that trust that makes us special.